Hello! I usually other people push all of the buttons that makes the mic go live. Hello! We're gonna watch things in about 20 minutes. It hasn't started yet, but you know, better to make sure things are working beforehand. You know, like a co-host who will come back, I've been told. So it's okay, it's just me now. Let's get party started. We're not sponsored by Coke. I don't even particularly like Coke. But I'm not drinking the Diet Pop that's in the fridge. Yeah, it's fine. So today we're gonna watch the Nintendo Direct that starts at 2 p.m. Pacific time. That's my time zone. That's roughly 20 minutes for those of you who are watching live. For if you're watching this later on YouTube, should this not get blocked for whatever reason, then I guess skip forward about 20 minutes if you don't care about Heather being alone in the booth. It's okay. You don't all have to care about me being alone in a booth. It's fine, I understand. Better things to care about. B just supposed to be here. He'll be back. He was here. He literally took off just before the stream started. But we're gonna watch the Nintendo Direct. I'm gonna try to make it so that you can hear what they are saying along with what we are saying, but do understand that we will probably talk over it, and therefore if you want to watch it unimpeded by other human voices, you probably should just watch it on your own and then watch our reactions later. I don't know. That's what I do when I watch things, but I don't have that problem because none of you can talk over my audio. So, yeah. We're going to talk about the price bump. I want to see it actually stay listed, but I do believe there's a lot of talk about whether or not $70 USD for Tears of the Kingdom. I keep wanting to say Breath of the Wild. For Tears of the Kingdom is an all the time thing, or just that one, or whatever. Hey.
Are we talking about Nintendo?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Sorry. I'm I'm late.
It's okay. I covered for you.
I bet.
By throwing you under a bus. So the only coverage I have is a bus.
So continue what you were saying. I'm sorry.
So I don't know if you were aware, but last night the couple of pre-orders went up for Tears of the Kingdom, and the game was listed at $70 USD.
Hey, Coffee Crew.
And so now everyone's panicking that that's the new price of video games for Nintendo instead of $60 USD.
I mean, so yes.
I mean, probably.
Probably.
We all knew they were going to kind of get there.
Yeah.
Because everybody else has. I thought they'd wait until the Switch 2 came out.
Yeah.
So now
really
there's like debate back and forth whether or not it'll only be Tears of the Kingdom and everything else will kind of stick to 60 for a bit, or what.
I mean, if nothing else, like
maybe
if Tears of the Kingdom might be already made to work in 4K, and if a second Switch is a new Switch is coming out in like a year or two, and they're like, yes, so this runs in 4K, they'll just be like, and then we flip a switch on the compile option and make Tears of the Kingdom compile for that. So we had to. It's $70 each because things are expensive, and we also had to program it to work in 4K, and that's new for us.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Could just be inflation.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure people are gonna blame it on inflation.
It's gonna be inflation.
I'm still gonna buy it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This is kind of where I come at. I'm gonna buy that one. If something else is $70, I mean, for us it'll go from $80 to $90 because that's Canadian prices, which then with our taxes where we are will bump it up to just over $100.
Yeah.
That just means there are certain games I'm gonna be like, I'll have to get you later, maybe, and even then maybe not because I'll get distracted by something else.
Now that's a good first time chat. Congratulations, QDXE. That's the kind of joke I would make. Thank you for doing that. So anyway, there is that two Switch game voucher thing that is locked to a certain list of games.
Yes.
And
I mean, they'll add more games to it. Chances are good they might add Tears of the Kingdom.
yeah,
I don't think, I haven't used one, but I believe games can only get added to that list if they're at least up for pre-order. And if that game is not up for pre-order on the eShop yet, then yes, it's not on the list. But also, the game doesn't come out till May.
yeah,
If you were good enough to go get a pre-order somewhere that still had it at 60, you're probably just gonna get it at 60.
yeah.
That was not in Canada as far as I could tell.
Yeah, it's $133 to get the 2 Canadian ones, which is still a good deal because that works out to be about $65 a piece, roughly, so under $70 a piece, and that's not bad when you consider that we might be paying $80, and also because it's vouchers, it's like you just use the voucher and you get the game for free, so you don't pay any tax on it. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you already paid tax technically, I guess, when you bought the voucher.
think so. But I mean, that's something we can discuss on Chill Point, which by the way has been moved to Sunday this week because of Fam Jams.
Yeah. Weagle points out that the Kotaku article where there is a pay raise or a pay increase to match inflation. I don't know how you want to look at that, but they're doing a 10%.
10% pay raise to Japanese employees.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Yeah. Unless anyone's seen anything differently, where someone's reporting that it's for American, the American ones or the European ones as well. But if it just says company wide, that might not be clear enough. Like I want to see something where people are very, very clear about. It's a Diet Dr. Pepper. She's drinking a Diet Dr. Pepper.
No, I'm not. I've told them earlier I refuse to drink the diet stuff in the fridge. I'm drinking Original Taste, which again, it's fine.
I think people are asking because they've maybe never seen the logo on this can before. The design of the can, I think, is maybe the thing that maybe it's
different. Is this different for other people?
It might be unique to Canada.
Is this
right?
different for you?
There's already French on it. Like it's gonna be different.
Well, yes, of course. I don't expect their Coca-Cola cans to have French on them.
Yeah.
Is this different for you?
No, they're also saying it's orange, and I can see it in the.
Just don't worry about our color.
I can see it in the color balance that it is a little bit orange.
It's red.
Yeah.
But don't worry about it.
No, it's as red as Optimus Prime behind us. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we got about 15 minutes before this thing's supposed to actually start. So do you have instead of like articles about things that could happen?
My head, it's full of wishes.
What are your wishes and dreams and hopes that you're expecting to get dashed?
That's a good question.
Remember, Nintendo never gives you the thing that you want. So
Yeah.
What are you expecting to have?
So
big boot trash your dreams for.
So what we know is this is for games launching the first half of 2023, and it is a regular direct.
It's roughly 40 minutes,
Yeah.
so that means lots of things could get in there.
Yeah, and that means it's probably going to be almost assuredly it's going to be
It says
everything
mostly focused on.
Yeah.
Which means either because of where they've placed this, they're going to talk about the Mario movie.
Yeah.
Blah. Or they're going to have a couple of titles that go towards the other half.
Yeah. So does Metroid Prime 4 make it into this? I'm not sure if it does because I feel like somebody would have gotten a leak from somewhere and talked more about, hey, we know what's going on with Metroid Prime 4 now, so here's the thing. So I'm like, okay, so we're probably not going to see that. I can definitely, like, obviously they're going to talk about Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, I mean that's probably a given.
Yeah. If they were remaking a Metroid game though of some sort of other thing, that would be
There've been
interesting too.
Heavy rumors for the longest time about a trilogy, which then dropped down to just the first one.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, totally not a beholder says Silk Song, and I'm like, yeah, Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Look, we always hope for Silk Song in our hearts.
Yeah.
And I'm trying very hard.
Feels like
not to get my hopes too high up.
Yeah.
Even though this feels like the one for sure, because the last one felt like the one for sure, and the one before that felt like the one for sure. So I'm trying very hard.
Yeah.
And I'll just get very happy when it happens. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. There's a bunch of DLC stuff for a variety of games. They'll probably go over.
Yep.
There's a bunch of games coming up that we already know about. They'll probably go over. Like Kirby this year, maybe Octopath 2, because those are games that come out this month.
But we're not going to see like that your long dreamed of Splatoon rhythm game.
I mean, I always make those predictions
Yeah.
knowing they will never happen.
Yeah, nothing new coming for Animal Crossing.
There
I
is
don't
a
think.
rumor that they're going to do Samba de Amigo,
Oh, that would be fun.
which would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be a really cool idea actually.
This is why I try not to read the rumors right before. Let's see. Pikmin's is a maybe. I would say Pikmin's pretty likely.
We've already had a Mario Tennis game and the Mario Soccer game.
We don't have a Mario game coming out this year right now.
Yeah.
So other Mario sports games, I don't know if they'll do maybe a 2D Mario.
Oh, they're gonna port Star Fox Zero to the Switch, and it's not gonna be controlled by the thing anymore. There we
Can't
go.
tell if you hate people or not.
No, they're gonna.
Can't tell if you hate people. Nobody from Star Fox community wants that to be the Star Fox that comes to the Switch.
They'd have to change the control scheme like again, and I could see them being like, we're gonna take Star Fox Zero that was on the Wii U that didn't do very well, and we're just gonna put it on the on the Switch, but we're gonna, because you can't play it with looking through the screen anymore. We're just gonna go back to having it as a regular Star Fox game. I feel like I am when I sit up straight, I am not on camera anymore. Is there a way that we can manage this?
Is your chair all the way up?
My chair is now all the way up. It hasn't begun. We're getting close. 10 minutes. Is there anything you want from Nintendo to show up on the...
I want Zelda,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna be happy regardless of anything forever. Oh.
It's too wide. It's too wide.
Pull back, pull back.
Well, this is what it was before. So,
All right.
Uh,
We just have to
fine.
move over.
He's gonna sit further back, I guess. With these two people.
I'd like Silk Song, again, forever.
Yeah. Is it really
I'd
just
like-
that we want Silk
I'd
Song?
like my Splatoon spin-off game of some kind, hopefully rhythm game.
Yeah.
Again, not gonna happen.
Yeah. A Splatoon tactics game.
I'd like. Oh gee. I assume if that Zelda OLED is real, that they'll show that, and also that will be the reason why there will be no Switch Pro or other hardware announcement.
Yeah.
So dash your hopes on that already, because that's probably not happening.
I mean, they're already releasing Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe, right? Like, we know that has either already come out or that is
That's
coming out.
coming out like in a week or something.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, we know there's probably not new Kirby anything.
Okay,
to
so
be talked
on
about.
on one of the forums I hang out on, everyone keeps suggesting maybe Rhythm Heaven or Elite Beat Agents, and I don't know why they're suggesting those, because it doesn't seem like that's a rumored thing or anything anywhere. But every time I see it, I'm like, yeah. Do you just want to make a Rhythm Direct?
Yeah.
I'd be good with that.
It's funny, right? Because
It's gonna alienate a whole bunch of the rest of your audience, but it'll be good for me.
you have to play those in handheld mode, which is the rough thing. And I don't know if Nintendo has the thing of you can plug in the because you won't be able to stream it. You will be completely unable to stream it because you can't, like, the moment you plug in to a dock, even if you plug in like a capture cable, I think it actually just takes it right off the screen. So it's like, at that point you can't tap the screen anymore. But yeah.
They'd have to change the controls, I think, is really how that boils down to.
Because I play almost exclusively first-party games, my interest is just in kind of like thinking about what do they already make or have made that is first-party, and I'm like, I don't know, like, at this point, if they were to announce like a new Band Brothers game, I'd be like, wow, okay, that just came out of nowhere, which they won't.
Not in our direct.
Yeah,
That would be a Japanese one.
exactly.
If they did.
Yeah.
I don't think they did one for Switch yet, though.
Ooh, a new Persona Fire Emblem.
Tokyo Mirage Sessions 2?
That would be.
Oh, I'd be all over that.
That would be killer. That would be so surprising. Mother 4.
I don't see that ever happening.
I don't think.
But you know what? If
Nintendo-
it does, hype for you. Hype for you.
I think we're about like at least another decade or two away from them deciding to make another Mother game.
Ooh, Ace Attorney 7. that was a game that was supposedly in with a Capcom leak like a year or two ago, and we did get the Great Ace Attorney thing out of that. So there's hope for that.
F-Zero is an interesting idea. There is no F-Zero for the Switch. There wasn't even an F-Zero for the Wii. Like, I mean, F-Zero GX, I think, was the last one, or F-Zero X was the last one, technically. The one for the GameCube, I think, was technically the last F-Zero. Which...
Mario Muso.
A Mario Muso. Oh, that's interesting.
It's been something. It's not something I particularly have been hoping for, but I've seen other people kind of be like, maybe.
Oh, how about a new Mario and Luigi RPG?
Well, Alpha Dream is dead,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean the IP doesn't exist.
Yeah. If they were like, this was fun and interesting, we could hand it over to somebody.
Who do you think they'd give it to? Maybe like, Grezzo typically does ports.
I mean, like, you know,
Ever Oasis 2?
I'd never heard of that would be awesome. I had never heard of Mercury Stream Entertainment before they mentioned, oh, that's just making Metroid Samus Returns, right? And I'm like, who are these people? And they did a killer job. And so it's like, there might be a group or a company or something out there that is already making the Mario and Luigi RPG thing, if that is their jam. That they're like, we want to do a new version of this thing and bring it to the Switch and make it happen. There's a possibility there. But
I mean, it'd be fun if. Okay, so what about the Nintendo Online service? You think they'll add another console? I think at least they might tell us about more games that'll come up on like the Nintendo 64. Because they've kind of been doing that through directs. But do you think maybe
I do not expect that
Game Boy?
Game Boy and Game Boy Color are the easiest things for them to add. The harder thing, I imagine, is I guess letting anybody feel like there's value in doing that, right? Like, there.
It depends on where you put it. If you put it in the expansion tier, I don't feel like. I don't know if people would like if people already care about the expansion tier. I don't know if Game Boy would be the thing that would push them over. If
they were dropping new stuff on NSO, I could see them being like, we're going to drop 4 new games, or over the next half of a year, you're going to get another 10 games on the NES and maybe another 6 games on the Super NES kind of idea, or maybe it'll be like, we're doing another 3 games for the Sega Genesis, something along that line, right? Because let's be honest, by and large, the games that you see show up on the NES side have mostly been by companies that you have never heard of.
Jellico.
And I grew up.
Couple of them have been by Jellico.
Well, it's like Jellico is in there, and Natsume is in there.
I guess there's Natsume.
And I'm not saying game like Data East is in there. Culture Brain is in there. I'm sure Electro Brain will make it in there, and a bunch of other brains will make it in there too. And it's just like, I always say it's like companies you haven't heard of, and it's like, no, it's because it is companies you have heard of. It's the cautionary companies that when you go to the rental place and you're like, what am I going to rent tonight? And you pick up a game and you're like, oh, this looks cool, and you flip it over and like, yeah, it could be cool, and then you see who makes it and you're like, the last 2 games this company has released have been trash, and I'm going to spend my $5 allowance for the week on renting this for 3 days when it's gonna suck. Like, that kind of idea, right? So it's like, there you would at that point you'd be like, look for a Capcom game, look for a Nintendo game, look for a studio that makes something that pretty much always is going to be good.
Okay.
A new Konami
Ace Attorney
game.
7, and they finally give me an Ace Attorney Investigations pack.
Yeah.
So 1 gets ported over, but 2 also gets ported over, which means we get 2 over here finally.
Ah. Okay. Yeah.
That would make me happy.
They're going to announce Ace Attorney Investigations 2 in some way, shape, or form.
Just give me a bunch of Ace Attorney. That's all I ever hope for. It's why I keep watching the Capcom whenever they're like, oh, we're doing a presentation. I'm like, okay, let's find out if they hate me still. And it's all like Monster Hunter and Resident Evil. I'm like, they still hate me. Got it.
They probably don't announce a new Game & Watch here, because you'd want to announce that for a direct for the second half of the year to be like, that's a holiday item. We're releasing this thing in November. You know, making it
Maybe.
a Christmas game.
Don't know. There's talk that like if they don't do an E3 direct, do they tell us what their Christmas game is in this one?
Oh, that could be interesting too. Yeah, I just
I
realized
just don't know.
that rather than watch and play, everyone's getting play and watch today.
What are we playing?
Well, we're not. But it's like it rhymes with game and watch a little bit.
Oh,
That's why.
okay.
That's why I considered that.
I mean, I can tell people the time every so often if they want. We can do a watch, like an actual watch portion. It's not gonna help you if you're not in our time zone, because I'm not gonna tell you like UTC or anything else. I refuse to do that kind of math.
What else could come out that we're... I mean, we have less than 60 seconds to decide if everything's going to run the way that we expect. People are saying Scarlet Violet DLC. Yeah, I could see that.
Maybe they might save that for the Pokemon event,
Yeah.
which presumably happens generally in the later half of February, around Pokemon Day. Remember we talked about how you can make days for things? Yeah, Pokemon does that. I think it's
Star
the
Fox Adventures
27th.
remake.
I don't know. I know I'm gonna be pretty happy because they'll talk about Zelda, probably.
Yep. I mean,
Watch them not talk about Zelda at all.
I am definitely here for like another 3-minute Zelda Tears of the Kingdom trailer. I mean, well, let's find out. Let's see what happens.
COVID warning.
Do not forget that stuff can change,
And COVID sucks.
and we should just all learn to be patient and love the things that we love. It begins.
Let us know if the thing is too loud with our voices. That's Pikmin.
Yep.
I've only played Pikmin 3 and I can tell within the
I
first 10
completely
seconds.
forgot about Pikmin 4.
How could you forget about Pikmin 4?
I know, right? Pikmin 3 being multiplayer was fantastic. And so I hope
I'm
this is the
super
same.
excited for Pikmin 4 now that I've played Pikmin 3.
Yeah.
Look at the little fluff birds.
Did I get to land properly this time?
You mean, do they get to come down without crashing?
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, you're new.
New planet. Let's we enter the onion.
That looks more like a tomato. Enter to the tomato. Red Pikmin.
And we
Blue, yellow.
get it. Take the video down slowly.
Is that better? Let me know. You can climb the walls! You, as a person, can climb walls!
Oh, we're back to collecting artifacts. That's cool. Ice
Pikmin. Oh, I hope they stay.
Slide in one direction. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
They're like rock Pikmin, but they're cold.
Okay, so they work in water.
They're
Oh!
not totally in the water. Doggo.
Dog Pikmin. Oh, Jesus. Oh,
yeah,
wait, yeah.
That is a dog Pikmin. That. It has the power of 10 Pikmin. It's so cute.
Oh, yay! Finally, I can cross water with my Pikmin. Wachi. Ochi?
Oopsie.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna say you probably can't throw him, but the charge and the swimming, that's pretty good. Hate that.
Yeah. The boss battles have always been...
They're not my favorite
No.
part of Pikmin. I like wandering around, exploring, and making them pick up things.
Yeah.
I also just don't like the Stompy boss, because he definitely stomps on me more than I want.
So, do you like Pikmin? It's more Pikmin. Like, I've seen, a couple of tiny little things here, but by and large, like, nothing innovative, because why?
Oh, I'm not seeing it as a date. At least not yet. Oh no. Wait, it's nighttime.
You're not supposed to be out in the nighttime.
There's little confetti.
Christ.
Oh goodness, they're scary.
Imagine living on Earth like this. Oh, yo!
July!
Night levels sounds like fun.
Hello, everyone. I'm Shinya Takahashi, and I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct. That was the latest trailer for Pikmin 4. A dog-like creature was spotted. What kinds of things will it show us? Please look forward to more information in the future. Let's see our first batch of Nintendo Switch headlines.
This new hero is a real gem. Introducing Volume 3 of the
okay.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Expansion Pass
DLC.
DLC.
Should get the DLC out first.
What now?
Say hello to Masha,
Jesus.
the newest hero and a refined Lapidarist.
Until she's
She can
refined
use
because she
special
has
ore to
an
craft
English accent.
accessories that can bestow
I was
various
gonna
effects.
say because her hair can stick out like
Challenge battles with roguelike elements are also being added. Select only one character and battle wave
that.
after
I don't think
wave
I've
of
actually
enemies.
seen characters with wings
For
on
every
their
win, you
heads
earn
that
more
often.
heroes and special abilities.
Seems like
Rack
it'd be
up
hard to
victories
fly
with your
with.
heroes and set your sights on the final stage. You might also get special in-game outfits as a reward. And
Oh, that's neat.
coming in Volume 4 later this year.
Tell me why! Is this
Ain't nothing
really
gonna-
what you want? Nothing's gonna
No,
get
see, I have
through
no
to him.
idea who this is,
He's
but
a
the way they're
heartless
showing it, I'm
machine.
like, this is hype for somebody.
Yeah.
This is a big deal for someone.
Like
Yeah.
killing Granddad wasn't enough for you?
Volume 3 of the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Expansion Pass for the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 game launches on the Nintendo Switch
Oh.
system February 15th.
Basically a Valentine's Day gift for some of you.
Shake it, amigo!
Hey! New Rhythm Cafe thing.
2, 1, Move to the beat in a brand new Samba de Amigo game. Grab your Joy-Con controllers and gently shake them like maracas to match the targets during a song. Follow the instructions on screen to pose and dance.
So,
But the
April?
unexpected might happen, so stay on your toes.
Yeah. March, April. I'll say March.
Why not dance with a friend to predict your compatibility in Love Checker? Make sure to show
be
up
really
in
weird.
style,
Yeah,
too.
very awkward.
Compete online in World Party.
yeah, I had a feeling I was
Those
going to have an
lowest
online
scores
thing when
in
they
each
said Party
round
Central.
will be eliminated. Keep the beat and aim for first place.
Please
40
have
songs are
expandable
included,
DLC.
spanning a multitude of genres from around the world. So grab those controllers and get shaken when Samba de Amigo Party Central shimmies onto Nintendo Switch
Summer.
this summer.
All right.
All right, well, now we know what we're doing for Rhythm Cafe later.
So they have online but not DLC.
Got a passion for fashion?
Style savvy? Really?
Welcome to Fashion Dreamer.
Oh.
This is the
Oh.
place to glam it up and express yourself. Here, you'll aim to become a stylish influencer.
Still looks like Style
And
savvy.
You're in luck. Tons of people are seeking the latest trends. Give them a like if you dig their style.
It's just
Or suggest new outfits for them to grow as an influencer.
it's just a flirty game.
I mean, if this
Now
was the
it's
portion of
time
Animal
for
Crossing you really
fashion
loved,
design.
this is gonna be for you.
Choose from over 1,000 design options. Then add a personal touch to give your item a final flourish.
Wow. Okay.
You can get the items other people are wearing by liking them.
Hey, I like what you're wearing.
Give me
Mine
some.
Mix
now.
and match your favorites to
Like
create
like
new
Venom
looks.
just being like
By connecting online, you can expand your friend circle and grow your brand.
Oh, yeah. You know, I'm fine with this
Got an
kind
eye
of
for
game.
fashion? Then
But
get
the
styling
constant
when
influencer
Fashion
bullshit
Dreamer
they're
debuts
pushing
exclusively
Yeah.
on
is the part
Nintendo
that makes me
Switch
go,
this year.
just a little. Push your brand. No, thank you.
Delve into these
there's a
dark
Nintendo
worlds.
Switch?
Dracula's
Ooh.
castle beckons in this new paid DLC for the roguelike
Yeah,
action
right.
platformer Dead Cells.
I
Venture
keep
through the
thinking I wanna
castle's
play Dead
hellish
Cells, but I
halls
don't know.
and outskirts
Yeah, me
alongside
too.
Richter Belmont and
Well, Adam
Alucard,
said I might like Dead
leading up
Cells,
to a
so
showdown with Death
that's probably why I'll
and
end up getting
Dracula
it.
himself.
When I have time.
Yes.
Wield the Vampire Killer. Of
course you have to do that.
Iconic weapons as you vanquish legions of monsters
So-
and frenetic
I mean, at the very
combat.
least, I think you'd like this part.
It's
12
the
original
closest
covers,
we're gonna get to a
51 songs
Castlevania
from the
game.
Castlevania series accompany you during your quest in Dead Cells. Return to Castlevania, sinking its teeth into Nintendo Switch.
Oh my
March 6th.
God.
Pre-orders begin today.
I wonder how
on
long it took them to
Nintendo eShop.
negotiate this contract.
Hard to say.
Enter a new grid in this narrative puzzle adventure set within the Tron universe. Uncover dangerous truths and retrieve what
Tron
was
is
lost
not what I would have
as you
expected
navigate
today.
Through a perilous world. Your decisions and the alliances you forge will impact your journey and the entire server.
Puzzle visual
Tron
novel.
Identity launches first for consoles on Nintendo Switch
I mean,
this
visual
April.
novel puzzly games can be fun.
Oh, April, okay.
Who's there? Wait, is that?
No way!
Well, that can't be good. The time-bending
not
murder
Ace Attorney, but it's
mystery
good
Ghost
enough.
Trick returns in HD. After kicking the bucket and becoming
Yes,
a ghost,
everyone
you can
should play this
possess and
game.
control objects. With your powers, you can even help others, like this woman, and change any ill-fated,
That looks so good.
Ghost Trick, Phantom Detective, Spirits onto Nintendo Switch this summer.
That's cool.
2 connected worlds, 1 suspenseful thriller.
Yeah, it's just a remake.
I don't care.
Yeah.
More people need to play that game.
言っても無駄だし
Oh. Deca Police. All
つ
right.
いに来たな
Okay.
ポリスセンター
デカシムは刑事訓練用の仮想空
あ
間現実がコピーされ
This is Digimon without Digimon.
ここ本当に仮想空間なの
A perfect copy of reality.
This looks like a detective game.
Like they'd have that kind of jacket in real life.
30分も経ってないよそもそもこの事件には最初から違和感があった
I do like a good investigation kind of game.
Oh, Hanima. Omaeda!
警察だおとなしくしろ
Also, RPG.
デカバングルにかざして申請よ
Like the police, you get to beat people up.
逃げじじ宝石強奪未遂で現行犯逮捕する面白くなるよ
Who's making this?
カラフル猫ちゃんになってる何が起こった
誰かがデータを置き換えたんだ
So are they trapped in the game?
警察のシステムに
Please say they're trapped in the game.
書き換えたそれって完全に犯罪だぞこれが犯罪だとこの狂った街では手段を選んではいられない私服を肥やす豚どもは一匹残らず
Level 5.
Neat. All right.
Huh.
Very stylish.
Once upon a time, there was a witch and a demon. Experience Bayonetta's origins as a young witch named Cereza.
I love the art
Seeking
style
the
for
power
this.
to rescue her imprisoned mother, she ventures deep into the Avalon Forest ruled by fairies.
I'm going to
Apparently,
that
there's
forest.
basically a demo of this inside
I'm going to
Bayonetta
become a
3.
witch
Nice.
and save mummy.
There, she'll encounter the otherworldly demon Cheshire. You'll control both witch and demon at the
Baby
same
Netta?
time. Harness
good.
Cereza's magic and
That's good,
Cheshire's
Nevis.
ferocity to travel through this mysterious and dangerous forest. They'll need to work together in battle as well.
Cheshire, let's go!
Cereza cannot attack and can only support Cheshire by magically binding enemies. Hold an enemy in place while Cheshire attacks. Or stop an aggressive one to focus on another. Strategically use each character's abilities to win battles.
Interesting.
The duo will gain strength as they continue their journey. By obtaining more powers, new paths can be opened, and battles can be more easily swayed in your favor. Can Cereza and Cheshire find their happily ever after?
Cheshire, let's go!
Well, I don't know. Is she happy by
Origins,
Bayonetta 1?
Cereza and the Lost Demon prowls onto the Nintendo Switch system March 17th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
How was that? Next, please take a look at this.
Also, we did a playthrough of Ghost Trick on Heather's Handhelds. If you go look in the VOD archive, if you really need to know how gameplay for that works.
Take a look at Splatoon.
So this will be Splatfest, maybe an expansion.
Hello, Melf's Acid. Welcome to the channel. All right, where are we going?
Yeah, to the subway. I guess not to the well, out of the subway.
Some new station. Wait, this is the old place, isn't this? This is the old city.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yep.
There we go. Expansion pass. Inkopolis.
Introducing the Splatoon 3 Expansion Pass. This paid DLC includes 2 waves of content. The first wave is Inkopolis. Make this splat-tastic place from the original Splatoon game your stomping grounds. This is Booyah Base. It's got some pretty nifty weapons and gear. You might spot a few familiar faces alongside new shopkeepers. Products here are the same as the ones in Splatsville, so shop wherever
Forgetting
your
what kind of
vibes
characters show
are
up in this game.
strongest. Salmon runs, table turf battle, the shoal, and amiibo functionality all work in the same way here too.
Yeah, we still make those. It's taken a while.
Again, they've got
The
like
Squid
7
Sisters
idols
will
now. This
also
is a perfect
perform here
game
during
series to have a rhythm
Splatfest.
game.
Need a mix of old school and freshness? Then head over to Inkopolis.
I don't think they'd enjoy you calling them old school.
The first wave of this paid DLC launches this spring.
Okay, so we'll probably see it March or April.
That's very cool, though. I mean, I'm not playing Splatoon, but that's very cool.
Oh, what's this?
I don't know. Tell me. Seems familiar.
Right? This might be something that feels familiar.
Oh, the octopus head thing. Okay.
It's supposed to be a preview of what Wave 2 is.
Maybe. Side order is a good name. I don't know what it means.
Mm-hmm.
Wave 1 Inkopolis launches this spring. Wave 2 Side Order will launch in the future.
So
we're not
probably
sure
more
when.
of an RPG style element, maybe.
It could be. It could be one of
Splatoon 3
the
expansion packs will be available later
because
today
they've done that,
on
like
Nintendo
single players
eShop.
like that. The Octo expansion from 2 is a single player.
Many people have played Splatoon 3 since its launch.
Good.
Thank you all very much.
You're
my-
welcome.
I
I
did
hope
what I
players
could.
will be able to enjoy the game even more with the upcoming paid expansion pass. Please look forward to more information about Splatoon 3 in the future. Let's see some more Nintendo Switch headlines.
Oh yeah.
Adventure
Oh.
awaits Mickey
Illusion
and friends
Island,
on
sure.
Illusion Island.
We heard about
Mickey
this.
Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck,
It just got announced a
and
couple months back.
Goofy. Embark on a new adventure to find 3 magical
Disney
books
announced
and
a bunch of
save the
different things. I think
mysterious
this was one
island
of
of
them.
Monoth. Run, jump, and swing to explore every nook and cranny of the island.
Oh, man.
By unlocking special abilities, you can reach new places and find secret areas. Cross large chasms with boost jump. Ground pound barriers to open new spaces. And glide through the air to reach
this
distant
just a
platforms
Metroidvania?
and hidden areas. Each character's personality
of.
shines through in their actions. Up to 4 pals locally can brave the island.
Oh.
Share a hug for extra health. Play leapfrog for larger jumps, or drop a rope to lend a hand. work together to save Monoth, and you might discover new paths. While exploring the island, you'll meet unusual allies and dangerous foes.
Seems like a Metroidvania to me.
Study their movements carefully to figure out the secrets to victory. Join Mickey and friends on a high-flying adventure in Disney
Like,
Illusion Island.
you are very
Streaming
small
onto Nintendo Switch
on the
July
4-player mode.
28th.
Yeah.
Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
I'd have to demo that.
I really hope it has a demo.
Yeah, I gotta demo that.
More emblems are on the way.
Well, yeah, there's gonna be.
New emblems are coming to future waves of the Fire
Like,
Emblem
again,
Engage
there's a lot of
expansion
DLC
pass
stuff.
DLC.
Yeah,
Wave 2 includes
Hey.
Hector, Emblem of Strength,
from a different game.
raised defense and
Right?
unleashed
All the emblems come from
counterattacks.
different games.
Okay.
There is only one person who commands.
Soren, Emblem of Acumen. Cast magic spells over a wide area.
What? Is that on?
Camilla,
Hey.
Emblem of Revelation. Modify the terrain to hinder enemies. Wave 3 includes Chrom and Robin, Emblem of Bonds. Overwhelm foes with sword and magic attacks.
You had it the wrong way around.
Veronica,
Hey.
Emblem of Heroes.
Cool.
Summon additional allies to fight for your cause.
Summon
Challenge
someone to
newly
summon
added
more
missions
people.
to recruit
Oh my god, they have
these new
star
emblems.
ratings. Oh
Yeah.
Jesus. It's not a gotcha though.
No.
And in Wave 4, a new story called Bell Xenologue will be unlocked.
Oh, Xenologue. Wait.
Thank you for answering our prayers.
Who is it that's putting your world in danger now?
Watch out! Assassin!
Wave 2 of the Fire Emblem Engage expansion pass for
Like,
the Fire Emblem Engage game
Xenologue
launches on the
part of
Nintendo Switch
Xenoblade?
system later today.
No, it just means that it's external too, right? Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Take control of your destiny. This is Reverie, a world in which deities
Don't
known
nod.
as
Don't nod
aspirations
does
dwell.
the
When a
Life is
megacorp
Strange
endangers
games.
the harmony between Reverie and our world, the future of humanity hangs in the balance. In this narrative adventure, harness your divine gift of clairvoyance to travel between worlds. See the future
Oh,
and
do
decide
you like tree
humanity's
paths?
fate. Many branching story paths, along with a riveting soundtrack by Celeste composer Lena Raine, set the stage for your journey. Eventually, you'll side with one of the 6 aspirations like Bond, Power, or Chaos to change the story's outcome.
Yeah,
To
okay.
which destiny do you aspire?
I kind of want to check that out.
Harmony, The Fall of Reverie, launches first for consoles on Nintendo Switch this June. These games will have you rolling.
Ah,
Octopath
Yeah, this comes out at the end of the
Traveler 2
month.
is just around the corner. After today's Nintendo Direct, a demo containing the
Oh,
game's
thank
opening hours
God.
will be available on Nintendo
I'm waiting for a
eShop.
demo.
good, 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 good.
8 new stories await. Which path will you take first? Who will your allies be? And where will your journey lead you? Venture through a brand new world in Octopath Traveler 2, launching on Nintendo Switch February 24th.
I wonder if they'll give it an actual name.
Keep it rolling.
Oh, hey.
Run around and collect
All
rules
right.
of objects in this remaster of We Love Katamari.
I haven't even finished the
Roll
first one, so I don't think
Azoo.
I'll.
And
Yeah.
space?
I mean, I enjoy
New
it.
features include playing as the young king of all cosmos in 5 new challenges.
Jesus.
And taking photos with a selfie camera. We Love Katamari Reroll plus Royal Reverie comes to Nintendo Switch June 2nd. In addition, active Nintendo Switch Online members can play a free game trial of Katamari Damashi Reroll.
There, that'll get you.
I already have that though.
Combine the powers
Yeah, that's
of the
true.
sun and moon to fend off evil
Oh,
in
yeah,
this
Sea of Stars.
turn-based RPG. Freely
getting a date.
traverse a breathtaking world, meet characters from all walks of life, and devastate foes with timed attacks in battle. Complement your journey with enchanting melodies and retro-inspired tunes from the renowned Yasunori Mitsuda, a guest composer for the game. Sea of Stars sails onto Nintendo Switch August 29th. A free demo will launch later today
Nice.
on Nintendo eShop.
That's cool.
duke it out in this free-to-play online multiplayer showdown.
They are really just extending role here by a lot.
Yeah, they said a whole bunch of words that just made me go, no thank you.
Use each striker's skills to dominate each match.
Oh, Slime Girl looks cute.
Change the course trajectory from afar. Block areas to gain the advantage.
Ooh.
Or knock opponents out of the arena with explosive moves. Omega Strikers slides on
Did you ever think
Nintendo Switch April 27th.
soccer was missing
Pre-orders for this free
violence?
Bodily harm?
on Nintendo eShops.
Well, we got you covered.
Then you don't watch enough soccer, really.
Dive back into the sprawling labyrinth. A collection of the first 3 Etrian Odyssey games is coming to Nintendo
Wait, how are they
Switch,
gonna do this?
remastered in HD.
The whole point of the Etrian Odyssey games is that you can draw the map.
Its paths are
Is it
intertwined,
auto-done?
and vicious monsters lurk in the shadows. A blank map is your only guide.
You get to put it in
By
this way.
drawing the map as you explore, you can progress even further. Venture into the labyrinth with 5 adventurers.
These were
As
never
the guild leader,
games I
you'll assign
liked,
them
but I did
roles,
like
the
I
Allied
liked
defending
the
protector,
aesthetic.
or the ultra fast.
I like the idea of the map drawing.
Oh yeah.
Like I like
Be
the
warned,
idea of the game,
every
but the
adventure is fraught with danger.
adventures and the story
fall
of them
in
didn't
battle, you
didn't
can
really
change
catch
your
me.
team and learn new skills to strengthen your party before challenging the labyrinth again. 24 newly drawn character
Like I have Persona
illustrations are
Q,
included.
which is the same kind of idea, from what I understand.
Plus, take
I just haven't
advantage
gotten
of
around to
new
playing it.
difficulty options and a new auto mapping function for smoother exploration.
Ah.
Etrian Odyssey Origins Collection launches on Nintendo Switch.
But I know this
June
will make a
1st.
few people happy,
Each
so
game
that's
in the
cool.
collection will also be available separately on Nintendo eShop. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop. Get your
We're going to bring it
tactical
back.
skills ready.
They'll have to give this a date.
Calling all
They're gonna show it off
strategy
again.
fans.
Yep.
The Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp game is only a couple of months away. Join Andy, Matt,
So,
Sammy,
April?
and more in 2
They were
full-story
definitely
campaigns,
not going to
each
just
one
drop
filled with
this.
colorful turn-based tactical action. Flex your strategic muscles across a multitude of modes. Design your own maps and share them with friends. Plus, go head-to-head in local and online play. Advance Wars 1+2
April
Reboot
21st.
Camp comes to Nintendo Switch April 21st. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
Almost a year later.
Yeah.
Here's our Kirby.
A new story will unfold in the Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe game.
Okay. DLC.
Magolor, the
Free?
interdimensional traveler from the main adventure, has lost his powers and must escape the realm between dimensions.
Epilogue.
All he can do now is a basic attack and jump.
Oh.
To regain
That's more of a
Magolor's powers,
double jump.
you'll need to collect magic points by defeating enemies. With magic points, different abilities can be restored and enhanced.
That's cute.
He looks
Improve
super cute.
Magolor's levitation,
I never played the first
or
one of this,
increase
but
his
this
attack
is
range.
cute.
The order in which you restore his powers is up to you. There are over 20 interdimensional stages to explore. Up to 4 players on the same system can venture through this mysterious realm
I
together.
do think this would make a fun CTS because they also have like a minigames portion
Yeah, yeah,
where you
yeah.
can just play a bunch of the
Magolor
minigames.
restore his powers and safely return to his world?
Jesus.
You can access this new epilogue after clearing story mode.
So it's part of the game.
After today's Nintendo Direct, a demo will be available on Nintendo eShop. Up to 4 players can play a specially arranged demo with select stages and sub-games. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe launches on the Nintendo
I'm glad
Switch
to see
system
that they got a
February
bunch of demos
24th.
they're releasing.
Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
We hope you're looking forward to the new story in Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe.
10 minutes left.
Next, here's some news about Nintendo Switch Online. please take a look at this.
I mean, we're gonna end with Zelda, right?
Yeah,
That's probably gonna
absolutely.
be the ending.
Yeah, we want to show you a little more. Hey!
Hey, Game Boy is coming.
Game Boy games are being added to Nintendo Switch Online. On Nintendo Switch, you can play these games anytime, anywhere, just like you could back in the day.
Notice they didn't say the expansion
Let's
pass.
introduce
No.
the games that will be available at launch.
Not yet, anyway.
Tetris. Arrange the falling Tetraminos
Yeah.
and aim
Nobody
for a high
needs
score.
Tetris 99 anymore.
Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. Reclaim the castle that Wario stole from you.
This is a really good game.
The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening DX.
It's the Game Boy Color version,
Awaken the
yeah.
Windfish to escape Koholint Island. Gargoyles Quest.
Oh, yeah!
Save the Ghoul Realm as Firebrand from the Ghosts and Goblins series.
My boy!
Game & Watch Gallery 3. Play an assortment of Game & Watch titles. Alone in the Dark, the new nightmare.
Oh, why?
Solve a murder
Oh, that's
mystery
Game Boy
on the
Color.
supernatural Shadow Island.
Interesting.
Metroid 2, Return
Yo!
of Samus. Destroy the Metroids hiding on planet SR-388.
This might be easier to play now. On a
Wario
screen.
Land 3.
Yes!
Traverse a world that
Yay!
changes
I've never
between
played
day
this,
and
I wanna
night
play
based
it.
on your actions.
Well, now you'll get to.
Yeah.
Kirby's Dream Land.
Oh, yeah.
Float, inhale, and spit out enemies in Kirby's debut title.
Okay, so where's Pokemon?
Ain't no way.
Red and blue. Come on.
You can use the Game Boy, Game Boy Pocket, or Game Boy Color screen filters. Up to 2 players can play compatible games together locally or online.
That's great. That's awesome.
More games will be added in the future.
Oracle game. Pokemon trading card game. Ooh. 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 Ben can
And?
play that.
Hey! It's finally happening! Give us Astro Boy.
Game Boy
Minish
Advance
Cap?
games are being added to Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion
Yeah,
pack.
those are going on the expansion pack.
Here are the games that you can play at launch. Super Mario Advance 4. Super Mario Brothers 3. Play 38 extra levels from the Nintendo e-reader accessory.
Oh,
Neat.
cool.
WarioWare Inc. Mega Micro Games.
Cool.
Experience the origins of the lightning fast micro games. Koru Koru Korurin. Guide the spinning stick to the goal without hitting obstacles.
Okay.
Mario Kart
Nice.
Super
Oh, neat.
Circuit.
All right.
Race in the first
Yeah.
Mario Kart game created for a portable system. Mario
There you
and
go.
Luigi,
There's your Mario and
Superstar
Luigi.
Saga. Venture through a zany world and fight with equally zany attacks. The Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cap.
It's
Shrink
good,
to
because I
miniature
started
size
this on
and
my
dive into
3DS
a
and
big
didn't
adventure.
finish it.
Local and online play is supported for compatible games, and up to 4 players can play together. More games will
Oh,
be added to the
Jesus.
library
Fire
as well.
Emblem. Golden Sun, Golden Sun, Golden Sun.
Nice, nice.
Why is it
After
just the
this
first
presentation,
one?
you can play these Game Boy titles with the Nintendo Switch Online membership. Or play both Game Boy and Game Boy Advance
You
titles with the
have to
Nintendo
do
Switch
both.
Online Plus
the
expansion
first Golden
pack
Sun
membership.
is solely half the game.
Select Game Boy titles will be playable on Nintendo Switch. And after today's Nintendo Direct, you'll be able to play the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance titles we introduced. Please look forward to more information about
So
Nintendo
many
Switch
things I've
Online
liked so
and
far.
Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack in the future. Let's see a few more headlines.
The original Metroid Prime
Hey!
game
There
is
you go.
remastered on Nintendo Switch.
Wicked. How's this gonna
Are
work?
we going to talk about 4 at all? Maybe not.
I might pick this up. Yeah. I really wanted to.
I haven't tried the Prime stuff yet, so
Yeah, I
it'd
really
be
should
kind of
pick
nice
this up.
to do that.
We had this sense they were gonna do this, right?
This, I mean, people have been talking about this as a possibility for like a couple of years now. This could be your next Play It Forward.
No, I have a different thing in mind.
Oh.
Yeah. This is a long game too, so for me anyway. Ridley in a Metroid game.
I hear Ridley killed your father.
Ridley killed my parents.
Right, your parents,
Yeah.
both of them. Twice as evil.
The first Metroid Prime game, originally released on the Nintendo GameCube system, has been remastered for
Where's my
Nintendo
chibi
Switch.
Robo?
Explore Talon 4
In
from
the
the
old
perspective of
GameCube
Samus
games.
Aran. But beware, there's more to this alien planet than meets the eye. Visors are the key to your adventure. They'll help you discover info and clues
Yeah,
on how to
Right.
progress.
this was pretty cool.
Depending on the situation, a
you think they
certain
add a selfie
visor
cam?
may be required.
No.
I think that'd be
When
great.
hostile creatures attack, keep them in your sights with a lock-on
This game's
feature.
remastered.
Then
Take
fight back
selfies.
with beams, missiles, bombs, and more. This remaster adds new dual-stick controls, allowing you to move around while separately changing your point of view.
Okay.
Nice,
You
nice.
can also select a control style that recreates the feel of the original game, among other control options.
You can also use motion controls, but we didn't
Talon
say
4
that.
with your preferred playstyle.
Dual stick sounds
The
good.
digital version of Metroid Prime
Just
Remastered
being able to, like,
launches on Nintendo
look up and
eShop
stuff.
later
Yeah.
today. The physical
Jesus.
version of the game will be available
Holy
in
crap.
stores February
We
22nd.
kept that under wraps really well, didn't we? Holy shit.
That's a lot sooner than I was expecting.
Put your master detective skills to the test. This is the World Detective Organization.
Wadoo.
Yuma, a trainee detective,
Did you like
and
Danganronpa?
Shinigami,
Well,
the
guess
spirit
what?
haunting him, will solve the strange incidents within Kanai Ward, a city ruthlessly controlled by Amaterasu Corporation. You'll investigate these incidents alongside master detectives of the organization. Each one has a supernatural ability that can prove useful during investigations. Mimic body
I
types
want to
and
have a
voices
power
with
like that. I want to
disguise.
slam the floor and be like, I'm scanning.
Detect heartbeats and whispers with audio aptitude. And witness past crime scenes with post-cognition. These abilities can be shared with Yuma,
So this is post-cognition.
so use them to get closer to cracking a case. After collecting enough evidence, a mystery labyrinth
I hope they have
will
Japanese
appear.
voices for this. I do not like that ghost's voice.
Spot the inconsistencies and uncover the truth. Master Detective Archives Raincoat
okay.
launches on Nintendo Switch June 30th.
You know, just within the first half of the year.
Wings of the Heart take flight once more. A remastered collection of both Baten Kaitos games, originally released
Oh, that's
on the
perfect.
Nintendo
Again,
GameCube system.
Ben Wheeler has
is
like
coming
3
to
games he
Nintendo
can play
Switch.
now.
Yep.
After a
Pokemon
long
trading
and
card
peaceful
game
era
from the
on
Game Boy
floating
stuff.
islands above
And now
Earth,
these.
The Empire's conspiracy looms closer. As spirits dwelling within the
There's
protagonist,
been rumors that this was getting a remake,
you'll
but
stand
no one
up
was
to
really
the
sure if
Empire
those rumors
across
were
2 different eras
good.
of war. During your travels, you'll visit various locales and team up with like-minded allies.
I mean, I tried to play that on Beats'
Battles
backlog
are
and just
fought using cards called
bounced
magnets.
off.
Yeah, I know this was not your.
Yeah.
I know the
Your
whole
attack power is
card
determined by
deck
the
building thing
attributes
is
and
not your.
combinations of your cards,
It's not your
which
deal.
are randomly dealt from the deck.
Yeah.
I'm glad
In
this is
these
getting a remake
real-time
though, because I
battles,
do
you'll need to make
think
split-second decisions.
deck building
to
is an
edge
interesting
closer
idea
to
for an
victory.
RPG.
Yeah.
What
I'm glad that's not, like,
revelations will
a thing
come to
that's-
light in the skies above and the lands below. Baten Kaitos 1 and 2 HD Remaster soars onto Nintendo Switch this summer. Dive into your new fantasy life.
Okay. Remake or probably a remake.
If it's a remake, I'm not gonna bother.
In a new fantasy life game,
That's new.
while exploring the once thriving island, you'll meet a mysterious girl.
She steals time. Oh, Jesus, she does.
Then travel between past and present to make the island your own. Become a woodcutter, angler, cook, blacksmith,
Do you have anything new?
paladin, magician, and more.
Well, those are roles they had last time.
Roles to develop the island.
There are two of you fighting though.
Yeah, there's multiplayer
Okay.
in the previous one.
This life is yours.
Where a
to
Tam
live.
O'Shanter.
They did a mobile version of this game, and I tried it, and I just couldn't get into it.
After
Right.
But I liked the
1,000
3DS
years,
one.
The restoration is about to begin. Fantasy Life I, the girl who steals time.
You in?
I want to see more before I know if I'm actually in or not.
Was that level 5 that did that, or
I didn't see, but that was level 5 was their thing.
what the hell?
Professor Layton, are you coming back? You kind of been abandoned for a bit. Worlds of Steam. That's all they're gonna give. That's all
I'll
they're gonna
think
tell us.
about that.
Wave
They didn't even
4
tell
is
us if it was this
racing
year.
in.
Yeah.
Just like, we know you all think Professor Layton is dead. Don't worry, he's
Yoshi's
still here.
Island. A brand new course is zooming into Wave 4 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass DLC.
I have no idea where our copy is at the moon base.
Birdo, who originally hit the track in Mario Kart Double Dash, is also being added to Wave 4.
Double Dash is a lot of fun to play co-op.
Wave 4 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass DLC for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game races onto the Nintendo Switch system this spring. Active Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack members can enjoy this DLC
I
at
mean,
no
we knew that
additional
already.
cost.
They're just
The DLC can also
you
be
gotta tell
purchased on
people
its
that
own.
every time. Minecraft, Blanc, Lion King.
It's probably Dreamlight Valley. Battle Network.
Okay, Minecraft Legends. This is the sizzle reel, which means getting close to the end.
Blanc.
Oh right, for Valentine's Day,
Blanc.
Be Sad,
Yep.
and your co-op game. I do want to play this.
Yeah, it looks good.
All the Mega Man games.
Just have them all.
We weren't doing anything else with them. Have a nice death.
Oh yeah, I heard about this a little while ago.
I thought this was out already.
I don't think this would be my jam. It looks a little intense. Oh hey, that's cute.
Konami baseball game.
This is a very old thing they used to do.
Yeah, we're getting
The Lion King
Lion
realm.
King Realm, I guess.
Oh, they're married. It's cute.
We're getting like I'm sorry. Is it Meredith or whatever from
Merida.
Merida? We're supposed to get her this month.
Yeah, we knew this was coming out. I kind of bounced off it when I played it on GameCube.
That was a shorter
Thank you for
sizzle
staying
reel
with us so
than
far.
Uh-huh.
This will be our last segment.
So no Silk
Please
Song.
take a look.
See? I
I
told
mean,
you.
unless
you
it
can't-
is Silk Song, that'd be really
Oh,
funny.
That'd be a weird way to end this. Those are weird and new.
Rise, rise, my servants. Sweep over Hyrule. Eliminate this kingdom and her allies. Leave no survivors.
I guess Ganon's not dead anymore. He can talk now. Unless it's somebody else.
This is like an Ocarina of Time if you fail.
Oh yeah, that thing moves.
I am not sure you'll be able to stop him.
Okay, that was pretty cool.
Wow. Okay,
Those
vehicles.
Please, lend him your power.
Oh, neat. He dives off to try to save her. Because in the last one we saw, she just like falls into the darkness.
That was The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
You think?
The latest entry in the Legend of Zelda series. In addition to the standard version, a collector's edition of the game containing various items will
What is
release on
that?
launch day. A new amiibo figure of Link from this game will
we have
also
a million
be available
Link
on the same
amiibos.
day.
We don't need another one.
We hope you're looking forward to Link's latest grand adventure. That's all for today's Nintendo Direct. Thank you for watching.
They didn't announce an OLED for Zelda.
I mean, also he was holding a Switch at one point, and it was the normal ass Switch. And I'm like, if you're gonna film a segment where he like is holding the Game Boy and then all of a sudden he's holding a Switch and it's like the one with, it's a different one. It was like, it would be like with different controllers or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That you would do it then. You'd put it in his hands because then people would freak the hell out when they noticed the Joy-Cons were different. And then at the end of this, he would hold up the thing to be like, yeah, by the way, we're announcing this as well.
I was hoping for a little bit more out of the Zelda section, but they did show some interesting things.
Yeah.
Right? We saw some different baddies. We heard a villain voice.
Yeah.
We saw a little bit of a continuation of like Zelda falling down off of a cliff. Vehicles were really interesting looking.
There's clearly a lot of like we knew we would be playing in the clouds a lot, so it's like, so we're in the clouds, we're on the ground, and then there's also the segments that take place underground that look like, and so there's probably going to be a lot of like, because how do you keep the land of Hyrule feeling fresh if this is like a direct sequel to Breath of the Wild, right? It's like if you've walked everywhere in that game, it's kind of like, well, how do I make it feel fresh? It's like, well, you probably have some changes in the landscape, some things are going to get moved around a bit.
And I mean, still hoping for if they do DLC like they did with the first one, because out of that DLC we got the bike. I'm still hoping for like a loft wing.
Yeah, exactly.
To hang out with.
That would be pretty cool.
I think that'd be fun.
Especially if you get to fly a lot in that game. It's like, well, it'd be nice to have, your stand-in Epona style companion to be able to like fly you around and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. But we didn't. So we didn't really tell us about anything in the second half, like we said they would.
Mm-hmm.
Because they said we'll stick to the first half mostly.
Yep.
They did not. We didn't get like a Mario movie trailer, thank goodness, because I really don't think
anyone cares.
I think I just think it slows down video game hype. Direct. We didn't get Silk Song.
Yep.
Again, see, every single time it's like, oh well, Silk Song would make sense. Gotta guard your heart.
Yeah.
They didn't bring up a Mario game.
Nope.
But we did get a lot of good stuff, right? We got. They didn't talk about Metroid Prime 4, which I really thought if they were going to bring up 1, they were going to at least do that thing where they're like, we're still working on this.
And I know that people said that I saw somebody go by in chat like, do you think this is a warm up, like almost a proof of concept style thing for Metroid Prime 4, that they brought up Metroid Prime Remastered? And it's like, you could see it that way, but I don't think that was the intention. I don't think that was ever the point of doing it in the first place. The Metroid Prime coming out remastered for the Switch, I think, is more of do this, that gives us a chance to remake the whole trilogy for the Switch, and that allows us then to bring that out over a period of time leading up to when Metroid Prime 4 will come out. And I actually don't think that we'll see any news about Metroid Prime 2, for example, until the second, if they do a direct later this year, like in the second half of the year, we might see some news about that being like, oh, we'll be releasing that sometime in 2024, right?
I do think because they showed the Oracle games for being on NSO.
Yeah.
That the idea of those getting remade in, because a lot of people have been like, maybe those will get be remade in the Link's Awakening style.
Yeah.
I don't think that's happening.
No, I don't think so.
I think
either.
that's just out the window now.
Yeah. The Game Boy and the Game Boy Advance thing, I was surprised to see. Like, I was surprised just to see it, because I'm like, I really felt going into this, I'm like, ain't no way we're gonna get that yet.
I didn't think we'd get Game Boy Advance.
Yeah. I just thought, period, we weren't going to get those ever anyway. Like, I just kind of thought they're just not going to do that. It's a thing. I don't think it's a thing that they really want to get into. I think they want to concentrate on, you know, the color is a modern concept, right? It's like you want to lean into, well, we made a lot of games that are colorful, and we want to do that kind of thing. So I just kind of thought they'd have their concentration there and be like, going back to Game Boy Advance doesn't really make much sense, even though fun, right? But it's like, I don't know why we'd want to bring that back. But that clearly is not their attitude, right? It's like, no, our attitude is, this is meant to be an opportunity for us to give you access to a whole bunch of our old games.
Yeah.
So
no,
why don't we do these two?
I also think it's great that they're at least putting up to Game Boy Color on what looks like the base amount of the Nintendo Online service.
Yeah.
So like I think it's like $20 a year or something.
Yeah.
For that one. And Advance, I would have thought Advance would have gone over there too, but
yeah,
I can see them putting it in especially with Minish Cap. I can see them putting on the expansion.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of Balefree points out, the GBA has an enormous library and had a lot of really popular games, and it's like, yeah, this is it's a good one to get on there. Putting it into the expansion pass is like, that will help push more expansion pass subscriptions as well, and that takes it from from $20 a year to how much again for us? 25, 30?
Oh, I don't know about Canadian price wise. I think it's like closer to it's a lot more.
Yeah.
It's a lot more. It's like
35 US I'm seeing from Jesse Improved. So 35 US, it's more expensive for the year to buy into the expansion pass, but if you're finding things in it that are valuable to you, like,
also we have nearly 8 people on ours.
There's that too, is that we're making really good use of that. We need to actually talk to some of those people and get them to pay a chunk of it, maybe. But yeah, I just want Astro Boy Omega, what was it? Omega Factor, which is a fantastic game for the GBA. I want them to bring that out for the GBA, for this thing now too. And the fact that they're like, we'll let you have the multiplayer access is super good. That was I didn't expect them to do that, to be like, you can play Tetris with somebody else. I'm like, yeah, that sounds great, actually.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing with GoldenEye, is the Nintendo 64 version is the one that has online play.
Yeah, exactly.
And not the other ones.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think, because I think we have the Mario Party games on there as well, and I don't know if they have online play. I haven't actually gone looking because I don't know well, that's not totally true. I know some of my friends have the same service, but none of us have gotten together to be like, oh, let's play the old Mario Party online.
Mm-hmm.
But goodness, that felt like a very meaty direct.
Yeah, there was lots baked into that.
There's like a lot of stuff that I heard whispers of, in terms of, because I don't know anyone who actually works at any of these places, but in terms of like people online being like, oh, they say this might be coming, or they say this might be coming. So it's good to see a bunch of that hit.
Seeing stuff from like Fantasy Life I, and then Professor Layton getting a teaser announcement.
Oh, that's
like wild. And then Capcom being like, oh, by the way, Ghost Trick's getting a remake.
You know what the last Professor Layton style game was, right? It wasn't Professor Layton.
No, it was the Layton Detective Agency thing with whatever her name is.
Yeah, and they did her dirty. Yeah. So clearly you're not allowed to have that character anymore, level 5.
Yeah.
Go back to Layton.
We're not doing that anymore. The fact that what else did we get that was really cool? I mean, Etrian Odyssey getting that HD remake.
I think it's really cool that they have the map popping up on the same. It looks like the map's on the same
Yeah.
screen as you go through, which like that was the reason why I'm like I don't know how you do these games because generally a game that has like that second screen feature of a map always there is the map's hidden until you turn it on and it takes up the entire screen. So it's good to see that they're like, no, it'll be here if you want it and probably put it away if you don't.
And having like, and so then, Bayonetta Origins getting to see more of the gameplay, but how that's going to work. We knew that was coming, but we get to see a little bit more of that. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe having a, it's like, oh, you're making an epilogue mode, and this and it's coming out. I already thought it was out. Like, I'm not interested in Return to Dreamland Deluxe.
I'm pretty sure it's next week. It's in February.
Yeah.
Because it's that one. February is like actually a really packed month depending on your taste because it's like Kirby, Octopath Traveler 2, Theatrhythm, Final Bar Line.
Yeah.
I think something else recently just came out.
Yeah.
Like February was like a really weirdly crowded month depending on your tastes.
Yeah. Samba de Amigo.
I'm so
getting
excited.
a new game. Like,
I'm so excited. Do you know how hard it is to find rhythm games that were like, oh yes, this is new and something we know we're gonna like.
Yeah, exactly. So therefore therein lies the complication with Samba de Amigo on Joy-Cons. For one thing, you're gonna have to make sure that you have enough Joy-Cons in the Moonbase to play for Rhythm Cafe, but you figure that out.
When I come in, I bring stuff.
Yeah, but the idea of this had better work because that was always the frustrating thing about the original Samba de Amigo too, is it's like you have to stand, there's like a detecting bar and you have to do things at the right angle and stuff.
That was for the Wii version.
For the Dreamcast, they even had that kind of thing, didn't they?
We played it on Dreamcast. I don't think we had I don't know. No, we didn't have the shaker set up when we played.
Yeah, but just having it, like, having a new version and being like...
We had an issue with the controller not... because the stuff, the settings put a different thing going on.
But yeah, this just was kind of like, I mean, it's 40 minutes. You have a lot of time to kind of...
Ghost Trick.
Yeah. That
HD Ghost Trick.
The fact that, I mean, they brought Ghost Trick out for iOS, I remember.
Yeah.
So it came out as a mobile thing.
It wasn't up-resed.
Yeah.
Not like that.
So now you have an up-res version of that.
Yeah.
Sho Takumi will probably never write a sequel to that, unfortunately.
I don't think he'll ever find the time, which
No.
is too bad, because that game is awesome. Even a spiritual successor would be nice.
Right,
but,
Baten Kaitos 1 and 2, right, or Baten Kaitos and Baten Kaitos Origins. So if you want to see a bit of that for the GameCube, I did play it briefly for Beach's Backlog, and I think after about like 3 or 4 sessions, I was like, no,
like it.
I can't.
So,
I don't enjoy this enough that I want to play it.
He also wouldn't read. I specifically remember being around with you on that. You were like, I'm not reading shit.
And now that it's coming out for the Switch, that means that my GameCube copies are going to tank on the secondary market. So maybe
I don't know.
It's not like I'm selling them anyway.
You were never gonna sell those anyway.
No.
But yeah, we did do a playthrough of Ghost Trick. I think, were you around for that? Was that you and me? I thought you were around for some of it.
I might have. I remember playing it at home. Like after you played it, and you're like, "This is good. You need to play it." I was like, "Yeah," and then I played it at home. I think I don't remember.
Yeah, but I did stream it on. So that'll be in the lure archives.
Yeah.
Somewhere. It's a really delightful game. I really do think a lot of people should play that, especially if you're into puzzlers. It's written by the same guy who wrote the Ace Attorney series stuff, but it's not that visual novel style of you're in a courtroom. You were traveling through time trying to solve your own murder because you're a ghost.
Yep. And it's very interesting.
Everyone has funny dance animations.
Yeah. The copies of Baten Kaitos, I think I have Origins. I can't remember. I know the first game is the one that I have. It's used. It came from a video store, so it's not like I paid a ton of money for it in the first place anyway. So, yeah, God, what else? What else was on the show? There was just so many things that were mentioned. And a lot of stuff that we were like, very excited about. I guess we'd have to go. Oh, right, we can just kind of skip through some of it. Yeah.
Remember, it started with Pikmin 4.
I do remember it started with Pikmin 4.
How's the dog?
We're kind of scrubbing through it here on
I was just
YouTube.
trying to remember what was in here.
Yeah. Oh, right. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 getting its expansion pass. The Samba de Amigo game.
That weird fashion game.
Yeah, the weird fashion game.
Which honestly might be fine.
Tron
but
Identity, right.
Right. The Tron thing.
Yeah, that was weird. I didn't expect that at all.
I was waiting for them because it ends up being, it looks like a visual novel, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with visual novels. I love them.
Yeah.
But I was because they were like, oh, your choice is to make a lot of whatever, and they showed like a lot of 3D models. I was waiting for it to turn into, what about Mass Effect, but Tron? And then it didn't do that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, that could be fun. It could be good. Oh, right. There's that weird police game.
That's right. Yeah. Deca Police.
Deca Police.
Yeah.
Which is a level 5 game.
Mm-hmm.
So it could either be really good or not.
Yeah.
Level
it
5,
looks stylish
level
as hell.
5 does a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just like it doesn't resonate.
And then, yeah, Bayonetta Origins was next. Cereza and the Lost Demon.
Yeah.
Is what it was
And that
called.
looks really
Yeah.
cute.
And then Splatoon got its expansion pass.
Yeah.
Inkopolis.
Actually, I think that's pretty hype.
And then into the world of Nier Automata. And then, right, Illusion Island for Mickey and Friends, which I love the new Mickey aesthetic because it is just so very different.
It hits so close to, so I don't like the aesthetic of animation from Cuphead.
Yeah.
That style of animation. It veers really close to something that grosses me out.
Yeah. Because it's constantly moving. It's very noodly.
And to the point where when we had that villain show up in like Steven Universe, I almost couldn't watch that.
Oh yeah, in the movie, yeah.
That
Spinel.
It's just a thing that hits me. And this animation for is close to that.
Yep.
So it's like it's probably something I visually just can't play. And that's not to say none of these things are good.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're fantastic. I even think it's really cool that Cuphead does what it's doing with animation and a lot of its game stuff. I literally can't look at it for too long without feeling gross.
I did play one of the Illusion games. I think the one for Super Nintendo years ago, and really enjoyed it. Harmony: The Fall of Reverie. Yes, that was a visual novel with.
Don't Nod did the Life is Strange games.
Right. Okay.
Which is why I think this might be an interesting.
They made them specifically. They were the ones who they're the developers behind it. Because I always heard that it was like Square Enix, right? And it's like no, they published
publisher.
it. Exactly.
Square Enix publishes a lot of things.
Yes, they
do. Their name's on a lot of anime.
But whenever you see that, it's like, oh, it's Square Enix made this game, did they? I thought it was an indie game, and it's like, it's an indie game. They happen to publish it, so
yeah, I mean,
kind of loses you sometimes. When you see that.
It's hard to tell sometimes between, especially when Square also makes a lot of games. But you know, they're the ones who get to push and be like, hey, look, our brand name is on this, and that's how you get stuff like what was it, Quiet? And Quiet was technically one of theirs.
Okay. What else happened? Octopath Traveler thing, because that was part of the role playing or the role section. Then obviously Katamari is part of the role section,
which is neat.
And then the Omega Strikers game, which is part of the role section again, and then Etrian Odyssey.
Etrian Odyssey getting I guess remasters.
Advanced Wars finally getting an announcement for the 1 and 2, and then the Magalore epilogue for Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Then the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance announcement. God, I really just like that they did that.
I'm really excited for Game Boy
yeah.
stuff. I'm mostly excited for Minish Cap.
Yeah, and we already have an expansion pass sub, so for us it's like, makes sense.
I wonder if the Oracle games, if having the password will work on the, should work on the thing.
Yeah, because you would just take the password from one and take it to the other.
I finished the first one.
Yeah.
On the 3DS.
Yep.
And it'd be nice if I could just start the second one over here, even though I'm unhappy with them.
Heather bought a 3DS, like in one of the early launch ones when they were way more expensive than they ended up being like 6 months later.
Yeah, and that's right. I'm an ambassador.
She's an ambassador because that meant that if you bought it early, they put you in the ambassador program once they dropped the price. They're like, we're going to give you guys access to a whole bunch of stuff that for free that I don't think anybody else can actually get.
No, they never ended up making those downloadable or buyable by anyone else, which is a little weird. Usually, at least I think it's a little weird. Usually Nintendo.
We have another ambassador in the chat.
Yeah, but that was definitely a we're dropping the price 6 months in, and
You overpaid by
we don't
$100.
want people to be
Sorry.
angry, so have this thing Minish Caps on that.
Yeah.
Which I did start. I started it on one of our plane trips ages ago, and I meant to pick it up and I forgot.
I mean, this also means that we're like you said. Oh, they're gonna people are like they're gonna remake Oracle of Ages and Seasons in the new Link's Awakening style, which
That's what
I
people
wish they
wanted.
would have done as well. Because to me, it's like smash those both together into one game somehow. I don't know how you do it because I don't really know how it works. Make it feel like the new Link's Awakening. I love that aesthetic. I would be more than happy if they made another game in that aesthetic. But it's like maybe not that. Those games did not resonate that, with a wider audience. But the Minish Cap did. You could remake the Minish Cap in that style and it would be amazing.
Definitely people who really like the Oracle games. I'm just not one of them.
Yeah, exactly. But I love it's like that we would have definitely had an opportunity, like Minish Cap could definitely get updated for the future, and now that it's on GBA for NSO, there's no way we're getting it.
So I would love to see the Minish Cap get updated.
Sure.
But at the same time, I love the pixel art style they already have for it. So I kind of don't want them to touch it.
No, that's fair. I agree.
I don't want them to do anything to it. I love it the way it is. I haven't even played it. I watched too many people who talk about Zelda theories online, and every time they bring up Minish Cap, I'm like, that one.
Yeah.
That one's great.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to touch it.
Yeah.
I don't want them to make it 3D-esque. I don't want them, I played, I recently played the first Ace Attorney game, HD'd, and while I think it looks fine, and I think the images look a lot nicer, I love the pixel charm of the originals a lot more, and I don't think, and I can deal with Ace Attorney getting an up res. I'm like, that's fine. But for some reason, Minish Cap, again, a game I've never finished and barely played, how dare you touch that? No. No.
Yeah.
Never.
Fair.
It's perfect. Anyway, then there's Brain Code, which looks like Danganronpa without killing your classmates.
So that's got that going for it.
I don't trust it to not have any other problematic things that go on in Danganronpa. I'm still probably going to play it because I like Danganronpa. It's full of many problematic things. I do not doubt that this one will be too.
Flouncy Magoo asks, is Tears from Tears of the Kingdom as Tears Isn't Crying, or Tears of the Kingdom is being torn apart?
They have said Tears.
Yeah. And yeah, if I'd seen the Japanese title, I could have told you right away. That'd be like, oh yeah, we would know immediately what it is. But you're right, that is rough, right? Because it is you as a visual, not a homophone, because they're not pronounced the same way, they don't sound the same way. But it's there's
read in red.
Yeah,
right?
there's a word. I forget what the name of it is. People will say it, but it's like, is it a homonym because they're spelled the same but they sound differently?
I
homograph.
Don't
it doesn't
actually know the terminology specifically.
But I just think that's interesting that it's like, it could be either way. In English, it works either way, and that's kind of nice.
Yeah. So, Fantasy Life, I like the first one. Again, I really do have to see... I have to see more of this game, because while I like the first one, if it's more of the same... I don't know if I want to dedicate that much time to... I thought it was cute, and I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to know more about the story and see if it has enough of a pull for me.
If they have a demo, then that would help.
That would help.
So I'm glad that Mario Kart 8 is on Wave 4. It's getting what it needs to. It's the fact that that's just also baked into the expansion pass, I'm like, or into the NSO expansion pack, I'm like, that's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and then, Tears of the Kingdom looks... I mean, it still looks like...
Yet another way for me to waste 200
Zelda.
hours of my life. Like, I am totally into playing this. I cannot wait to spend the time.
I just want to play it.
Yeah?
At this point. I mean, I'm surprised that they just talked about the game and that they just talked about the... What was it? Can I find the... There it is.
The collector's edition.
Collector's edition.
Looks like pins.
Yeah, it looks like some sort of pins. They're only showing the first one, so I feel like
box of 3, box
so
of 4.
you can it's probably like 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
You can this could just be we're just showing that this is a box slide out thing, but because they're not showing the pins prominently, this is probably spoilers of something.
Probably. Yeah. So
Steelbook case,
meh.
some sort of very tiny art book,
Yeah.
and
A poster.
a poster. This flaps down, so this actually might be like a piece of cloth or something.
I don't see
They
what
didn't
you're
really-
seeing.
Oh, sorry, that's just
Yeah.
clouds. Okay, so it's probably a poster.
The fact that it comes in a box, I'm like, okay, so you're gonna you probably roll it up. Then I guess at that point, this is a pretty thin collector's edition. I mean, because it like
For our region, I'm willing
Yeah.
to bet there's something cooler in the Japanese one.
yeah, because the one we got for Breath of the Wild had the Sheikah Slate case in it.
The UK video says it's a steel poster. Okay, so it's a metal thing that's
So
probably
it
about the size of this
rolls
box.
around the edge,
Or
and you kind of like lay it
maybe-
flat.
I'm not really sure.
Interesting.
I like steelbook cases are neat, but the way I have to display everything, you'll never see it.
Yeah.
Art books like this are cool, but let's face it, this will all probably be in a bigger book with more things that are interesting later. I can't see what the pins look like, so this is not interesting at all. Which means that's fine. It means I don't
Yeah.
have to spend money on a collector's edition.
If you don't want to.
And I don't have to try to fight for one.
Yeah.
I'll probably have to fight for whatever the cool thing is and some other thing.
I mean, it depends on
version.
what the price of this is, right? Because we will have to see are they like. So this is $80 US, but then okay, so there's a price up for them on the My Nintendo store in Japan.
It's also there's nothing
same stuff
different going on in there.
14,500 yen, so $145 roughly. So if we're looking at a difference between buying it for 80 or buying it for 150 US, sorry, 70 or 150 US, if that's going to be roughly equivalent, then we're looking at it being 80 to 160, $170 up in Canada. And
Yeah.
170 bucks for all of this. I don't know. I mean,
Not for me.
Yeah.
Like if this is a thing you want, cool.
Yeah.
Know that you won't have to fight me for
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
So
You'll be able
good.
to get one.
yes, because somehow
Yeah.
me not wanting one will make that happen.
You'll make them available for everybody else.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, that's the thing. I saw somebody asking if there were games we wanted to shout out about because there's a Steam Next Fest thing going on right now. The only game I'm aware of that's in that, because I haven't had a chance to check anything out, I think is Minico's Night Market.
Yeah.
Which I do have to check out because I want to play the demo of that.
Yeah.
I've been watching Kukubi, his Twitter for years. For that
Yeah,
game.
and that game needs to come out before you stop using Twitter altogether.
Yeah. I mean, I'll find it.
Yeah.
I can still find things without Twitter.
Yeah, no, pretty excited about some of the stuff that's been put in there. I am very tempted to buy a copy of Metroid Prime remastered. I'm going to think about it.
I do think it's
It will
interesting.
be my third copy of Metroid Prime.
So this is the first time they've officially talked about Metroid Prime Remaster 1 happening.
Yeah.
They gave us and they've done a thing that I've never expected Nintendo to do, which is the digital version comes out now,
Yeah.
but the physical version comes out later this month.
Yeah.
And that floors me.
Yeah.
Because that's super just short.
Yeah. It will be priced like a standard first-party Nintendo game.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. If it's up now, it'll be a price on the eShop. But
Yeah.
I imagine it's probably the 60 US, 80 Canadian.
Somebody's saying $40 American.
40?
That is a lot more affordable for us.
I want to see what it is Canadian.
Sure.
If it's 40 US, it'll probably be about 50 Canadian. Yeah, $50 Canadian.
Okay.
Honestly, that's not bad.
I could drop $50 on that. Yeah. I could drop $50 on that for a physical copy, definitely.
All right.
And not feel weird about it. I mean, the fact, like, Metroid Prime Trilogy came out for the Wii, and I bought that. Either I got that from somebody, either I managed to buy that off somebody, one of our fans, or I managed to get it from a store. I can't remember what.
You got it from a store.
But I think I paid, like, the normal reasonable price you would expect to pay for it. But I never actually cracked it to play it, which I feel really bad about because I did want to try to start playing it. But I wanted to finish it on the GameCube because I have made it all the way to Prime. I made it all the way to Prime's, I'm what I'm assuming is the last form, and because it did go through a form change.
Sure.
And I felt like I was doing really well, and then I died, and I'm like, yeah.
And I suggest at this point, because of how many years that has been, that if you go back into that game at that point, you will just have frustration after frustration.
Which we did. I did that on a Beach's Backlog. I'm like, I'm going to try this again. And then I was like, no, I suck at this game now.
You need to start over at this point.
Yeah.
That's your only course.
And that's what I feel
is... Start over or watch an ending video.
And the thing is, I'm like, how badly do I want to go back and restart this game even in remastered? Like, how badly do I want to go back and play it? That's the thing I'm not entirely clear on in my own head. So I need to get my head around that, I'm sure. So.
Well.
Anyway.
Do you have any last thoughts that you want to imbue? Because we need to wrap up.
I felt good about this Direct. It was very exciting. There was a lot of cool things. I mean, I was excited about Samba de Amigo. Not like I care about that game, but I knew you'd be excited. And I was excited about like Game Boy Advance stuff coming to NSO, because now everyone can stop bitching about that it's not coming to NSO, and they can start bitching about why their favorite game hasn't come out for it yet. That'll last for a better part of 6 to 8 months, I'm sure, because I don't think people don't bitch about the. Well, it depends on what the release schedule is like.
Yeah.
And then everything else, it's like, just hang in until May, until Tears of the Kingdom launches, and then somehow I have to fit that into my life, which I will definitely make room for.
I actually am doing pretty good, because like right now I'm working on Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope,
and I'm working on Luigi's Mansion 3.
And I think I might be done in time for Theatrhythm. So then I'll just play that until May.
Yeah.
Or if I run out of there, I can do backlog things, or maybe I can check out Baby Netta.
Yeah.
Or
Looks
maybe
cute.
not. Like I do want to see more of it, because like the Bayonetta games themselves have never aesthetically been my draw, but I do like the art style of that one. So
I want to play a demo of it, because I'm feeling these days with a lot of that where it's like I see a really cool looking game, but I don't care now if the game looks really cool. I really need to know how it plays.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
To know if I actually want to be doing that.
This is a thing that happens with me with a lot of anime, too, where it's like, oh, this series, I'm like, meh. And then they're like, what about the spin-off of this one character from this series, though? And I'm like, yes, that. Like, it's just a thing that happens. I don't seem to like the main section of a lot of games anymore. I seem to like the weird spin-offs they do.
Yeah. And I know it's frustrating for people to be like, Game Boy Advance is now gated behind the expansion pass, or it's in the expansion pack. It's like, yes, that sucks if you were planning on not having to spend any more money because you were already spending money on just NSO and you were happy with that. But the whole point of putting stuff into the expansion pack is to make it feel more and more that it's worth buying the expansion pack.
Yeah, I mean, the major complaint for that was the value is not there.
Yeah.
And as long as they have a decent release schedule going, and they have a bunch of titles, the value might be perceived as okay.
Yeah.
So that's really kind of where that line gets drawn.
And if the difference is like, it costs me another $20 a year.
But seriously, go like find a bunch of friends and pay for the family version and like divide it 8 ways.
Yeah.
It's
that's the question, right? Is it worth under $2 a month to you to be able to access the Nintendo, to be able to access Game Boy Advance games to play, because there's some stuff in there you haven't played yet. I'm like, $2 a month to be able to play Minish Cap and a couple other things, and then to have more games come out as time rolls on. It's like, I think that's value. I think that's real value there.
Sure.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, thank you for watching, everybody. Patreon.com/loadingreadyrun, store.loadingreadyrun.com.
You're watching here on Twitch, obviously, but you might also be watching it on youtube.com/loadingreadylive.
For this one. Leave your comments below about what games you like.
Yeah. Have a conversation and be nice to each other and enjoy the fact that new stuff comes out that you enjoy all the time.
Yeah, that's always cool.
Yeah.
Again, we got Chill Point later this week than normal, but that's a thing, and we're gonna say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.